What's going on, YouTube? We are live. I'll give just a few minutes for a few people to check in, and I've got an agenda, a plan, some discussion points for this video. So I'm not saying it's a first, but it's probably not the norm. But I am coming to you from Hammond, Louisiana, which is about the halfway point between Laredo and where my car is at. Let me get this opened up on the iPad so I can see all of your comments here. There we go. Trucker Jim live. And we will mute that. All right. And make it full screen. Hope everybody is having a fantastic day. It is Monday, the start of a week for most people, but it is the end of a week for me. That's right. I am 658 miles from my delivery in Gray Court, and it's gonna be late tonight. Like I still got almost 2 hours before I can get started. It was I don't know like 3 a.m. or something like that when I got shut down. 650 plus mile day, but that's how it kind of goes on this Laredo run. So I'm gonna check your comments right here. We got Dustin Branch, Tommy Creamer, Eric, Front Row Poe, the Smooth Operator. I'm going to talk about my teammate, Smooth Operator. What's going on, Guy Williams? But first, before I talk about the new teammate, I made it to 21 straight days of vlogging. Now, episode 20, I guess, was it 20 or 19? One of them can be a little controversial because the actual upload time was a little after midnight. I had the video finished. I don't know. I was just having problems with the upload going through. It kept stopping and stopping and failing, and then it finally went through. So, will you guys let me slide on that and say I still hit my 21 days in a row of vlogging? Thanks. But hey, I guess this makes it 22, so we're keeping it going. But I'm not sure about tomorrow, guys, cause I'm looking forward to taking some day off. Misty's gonna have a couple of days off too, and we hadn't been able to spend too much time together, so I'm looking extremely forward to that for a variety of reasons. Um, but speaking of Misty, she'll probably be watching this later, and you know how women are about age. But Misty's getting ready to turn 40, which I am her senior. I am her elder. I'm getting ready to turn 44 years old later this month. Hers is about her birthday is exactly 1 week after mine, which which with it being 7 days, that means our birthday's on the same day of the week, which this year happens to be a Wednesday. And I'm thinking, hell, I probably ain't gonna be around for either one of those, mine or hers. But 40 is, that's a pretty big deal. And well, I did something kind of special when I turned 30. I went skydiving. Y'all know what song that's from? Rocky Mountain climbing, 2.7 seconds on a bull named Fu Manchu. Well, I'm thinking what I want to do for Misty for her birthday. I've already told her this. I'm not spoiling a surprise if she's watching this. Is take her skydiving. I think that'll be pretty cool. And I'll skydive again as well. I've only done it the one time. Now I don't know if this has changed, but the way it was, I don't know, back in 1833 or whenever it was that I turned 30 years old, we just drove to Chester, South Carolina. But I'm sure there's one around Greenville, right where she lives at. That it was 150 bucks back then. You just had to sit down and watch, I don't know, like a 10 or 15-minute video, and then you went got in a plane. You went up in the air to like 14,000 foot, and there was this instructor that had a parachute on his back, and you strapped into him. So you had like a parachuting expert or whatever on your back, and you went up, the back of the plane, this platform lowered, and you got down on your knees, he was on your back, and you just fell forward. and glided for a long time. It was amazing. I've never felt air so fresh as I did up there with the clouds at 14,000 feet. It was pretty awesome. And the landing part of it, it couldn't have been no smoother. We landed on a field of soft grass. I just lifted my legs up like this, and we just scooted across the ground. You know, you see the in the movies and stuff like Point Break where they boom crash into the ground and hurt the knees and all that kind of stuff. It wasn't that case. That's called tandem skydiving. But that is the plan. That's what I'm expected to do on my time off. I will do some Google searching and make some phone calls and try to set that up. Happy birthday in advance, Misty. Guy says no need to jump out of a perfectly good airplane. Also, um, I didn't record any of this. You guys have heard me talk about getting a new microphone from a big camera because my other one, I mean, it fell off and it broke, and I got it tied up with a bread tie, and it's a good microphone. I mean, you guys will agree, audio, on my edited videos, generally, it's pretty good, but sometimes there's this buzz, kind of sound that'll get in there and that bothers me. But there's a new one that just came out called the Rode Video Pro Plus, and it's supposed to be spectacular. But for some reason, Best Buy won't carry anything better than the one that I've already got. Well, I've ordered it. It's supposed to arrive at Misty's house tomorrow. Um, I don't I'm not on these next 2 or 3 days off, whatever it is. Um, I'm probably gonna have some type of video that I put together during that, but and I'm gonna do some kayaking. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I am taking the pressure off of myself to upload every day. And you guys, let me know what you think. I don't think the majority of people, the 6 billion people on the planet, or not really give a shit if I do a daily upload because my numbers have been pretty weak. Since I started, I don't even know if I've had a video with over 2,000 views. Some of them not even over 1,000. But I did take a couple of weeks off. Um, I did kind of get to the point where I didn't give a shit if I cussed anymore. If people don't like it, don't watch. And maybe there was like thousands of people that felt that way. I'm not sure. But I'm sure the numbers will increase. And I guess, maybe I really shouldn't like care in this whole like social media anxiety. People post something like how many people liked it, and on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. But at the same time, I still do find myself being aware of interaction, activity, views, that sort of thing. And I see these other dingleberries that are YouTube truckers that have 40,000 subscribers. Now, they generally don't have anywhere close to 40,000 views. I think I have a pretty loyal audience, but at the same time, I guess it's kind of human nature to somewhat kind of compare yourself. But I try not to. Try to just be the best me I can and roll the dice, and at the end of the day, it adds up the way it adds up. But speaking of, there's 37 people watching this and 15 thumbs up. It would be awesome if that number like doubled here in like the next 15 seconds. Maybe we should long hoods. I'm not sure what that means, Eric. But let me check some comments real quick, and I've got a few other points to talk about. Oh, and just like the title suggests, for the rest of this year, anyway, if everything goes as I'm intending it to go, this will be my last trip as a solo driver. That's right. Somebody else is getting on the truck, and it ain't no trainee. I can tell you that. Let's see. Gary is asking if I got my tire fixed. No, Gary, I didn't. I just went out there and looked at it. Well, I looked at it last night, and I kind of looked at it in the daylight this morning. It really looks about the same as it did 650 miles ago. So I'm hoping and praying it'll make another 650 miles. I mean, I could call and I don't. I mean, I could have called first thing this morning, got somebody out there to fix it, but I don't know, call me a risk taker. And I know what they say, risk takers are accident makers. I don't know. I think I'll make it. And then I'll get a new tire when I get there. But the conservative, safety first decision would have been probably to, call and get some kind of tire repair as soon as I noticed it. But I looked at it, I don't know, and I could be wrong. We'll see 650 miles from now. I think it'll probably make it that distance because I mean there's a little metal showing there in one little spot and it's wearing kind of flat. But no, I did not get it fixed. But before my new teammate and I roll out, it will be fixed. I don't know if I've seen the movie The Hitman. Quick how-to trucker blog series. Man, I don't know if I'm the guy to. You guys think I'm the guy to teach other people how to blog? I mean, I think my editing skills may be a little better, but does that shit really matter at the end of the day? When I look at these, other guys that just hit record, do live videos, and other stuff that are destroying me number wise. Hey Jim, keep up the good on the kids. You talking about my kids? Or are you calling you guys kids? You used to be a team when you had Boone on the road. I know, man. I miss Boone. And I keep thinking about, no offense, Mr. Parker, if you're watching this, but sometimes I was like, fuck GMP and their pet paws. I'm going to bring Boone on board. If I didn't make videos, I maybe wouldn't know, right? But, anything I do, I want to make a video of it. And that probably wouldn't go over too good. But the intention, well, I'm not saying, yep, absolutely, I'm buying a truck. I'm still weighing my options and making a decision on that. But like, I'm gonna make over 80 grand before Christmas this year as a company driver, and I ain't got no skin in the game. If this truck like blows up, I just get another, and it'll probably be newer, as a company driver. So there's definite advantages in that. But the disadvantages of that is I'm kind of a little. I mean, I don't want to call myself a little bitch or nothing like that, but I don't have complete control of absolutely everything I do, where I go, when I leave. I don't have total control of that. And if I wanted to leave Laredo earlier and what they were sending me, I didn't have the ability to break out DATs, find me a load that's ready to go, boom, claim it and go. Like the Great American Truck Show's coming up August, I think 23rd through the 25th in Dallas. I'm going to look in and possibly go, but I've got to ask somebody else's permission for that, as far as getting a load that's taking me there and making money to go there. Now, if I want to take a time off and fly out there and get a hotel, sure, I could do that. But I really don't want to do that. I want to get paid to go there, and I want to have my hotel room as my truck and hang out with other truckers in the parking lot, network and stuff. If I'm going to do it, that's the way I want to do it. Why do you end with keep on trucking? That's a good question. That started in episode 66 of season one. I don't know, a couple hundred episodes ago. But prior to that, I was kind of looking for some kind of ending, but I had no consistency to it at all. And I'd be like, "Don't text and drive," and help another trucker out. I was just saying, different stuff. And then after what used to be Dump Truck Bob, and then became Trucker Who, gave me a shout out, and I gained like 100 subscribers or so in like a week, which was a really big deal back then. That was in my early stages. I think I may have had like 300 subscribers or something like that. I just pulled over on the side of the road. I don't know if I was in California or Arizona or something. There's kind of a little mountainous rock thing behind me. And I just said, be safe out there and keep on trucking, and ended the video. And it sounded good. But my dad, I mean, he don't say, like, he ain't said it like 300 times to me like I have to you guys in videos. But oftentimes he would say the phrase, that you just got to keep on trucking, keep on trucking. And my dad, he was a badass in his younger day. Good fisherman, good mechanic, just I don't know. He's good, just a good dude all the way around. But he ended up getting multiple sclerosis in 1989. Eventually, it got to the point where he was in a wheelchair and had. I'm not even going to get into like all the challenges and health challenges that my dad had. But the thing about it, his attitude was like solid. He amazed people with just his zest for life and his sense of humor. And I don't know. And I mean, I've had some hard times or whatever here and there in life, but I can't allow myself to just be whiny, down and out, poor me, cruel, cruel world. I can't do it because of my father's example. So keep on trucking kind of keeps me rooted to, well, my roots, where I came from, my father, which I'm a junior. James Earl Davis Jr. is me. He was senior. But yeah, keep on trucking. That's and my website is keepontrucking.life. I don't know if you guys ever checked it out. Thomas, I know be true to yourself and don't try to compete with others, but I like kicking other people's ass and outperforming. Like I can't help it. I've got just a competitive. I mean, the main competition is myself, but like outperforming others. I mean, it's a little bit of a benchmark, and it's a sickness. I know I shouldn't do it. Like if I pull up, like at a fuel pump or a shipper or something at another truck simultaneously, I'm trying to work real efficiently where I'm out of there before they are. It's just in my nature, and I don't know. I think I get better at things because of that, but it probably would be a less stressful life. Will Harris says he loves the new stuff in the new direction. Is it true the industry is going full automatic versus manual transmission? I don't know about the industry, especially owner operators, because there's some like old school guys with that think automatics are just like the devil or just they have no interest. But like G&P trucking, for instance, and like U.S. Express, and also Maverick, all three of those companies, which is the three I've been a part of, will not be buying any more manual transmissions. Last I heard from them, it's automatic all the way. It's easier for like new drivers coming in. You don't have to have the whole bullshit of upshifting, downshifting, cutting off in intersections and rolling backwards and all that stuff. I'm sure is the way they look at it. And the old school guys call steering wheel holders when we drive at automatic. But they say it's more fuel efficient too. I get 7.5 miles to the gallon, and half the time I'm well over 40,000 pounds. I'm not now. I think I've only got like 17,000 pounds in the box right now, which is pretty cool. Um, but I'll say the majority of the industry probably will be automatic. David D. Whammies, what's going on, my brother? We're going to talk about that guy. This is the one that's live in a minute. Okay. Told you got the new. Did I catch up with the comments? Is that a Blue Parrot headset? It's got good quality sound. Yes, it is a Blue Parrot headset. But I saw little guy NJ Canal do a review on the new Rand McNally headset, which there's certain things I think I would like about that. Now, I think Tennessee Kevin sent me a YouTube video of Rand McNally, professionally made showing it. I had nobody watch that fucker. I think it had like 32 views, or it wasn't many views. No kind of interaction. My comment was the first, and I told them if they sent me one, I'll do a review on it. The thing I'm not crazy about is old plasticky microphone like this. See, I can bend this in. Well, the Rand McNally is down. I mean, it'll go to the other side. But the cool thing about it is, it's one on each side, and it's all noise cancellation, and I think the sound is just phenomenal on it. And I know what you're saying. I want a free ear when I'm driving, not noise cancellation. I need to hear what's going on, and I completely agree with that. That's why this one comes off, and this other little piece like this right here will snap on. So you can have both in one. And it looks like, it's Bluetooth, but it looks like there's a wire where you can plug in, which I would like that too. I've got this microphone. I don't use this thing too often. Occasionally when I do like voiceover in a video, if I'm talking to you guys over like some kind of road footage, but with this, headphones plug into it, and obviously it's got to have a wire so you can hear yourself. And I know I've said I'm wanting to do some interviews and hell, maybe one day a podcast, and that's why I kind of got this microphone. I hadn't done any of those things yet, but that little feature of being able to plug into my microphone with that new Ram McNally would be pretty cool. And I think they cost $200, and right now you either go to Ram McNally's website or Love's. But if you do buy one, I mean, it really won't do no good to tell Trucker Jim sent you because they don't know who Trucker Jim is yet. But as far as season three, what do you guys think? Now, it has been daily uploads, but, it's been a little different vibe to it, right? And one thing that is different, you guys might not notice as much, but I used to edit with iMovie. Like season one and the beginning of season two is just iMovie on an iPhone. That's what it was. And then I started upping my gear. I got a big DLSR camera. I got a MacBook Pro. Started getting drones. Got, I don't know, my other camera wherever it's at. GoPros I don't use too much, but I'm intending to start using the GoPro more. And I was using the Mac version of iMovie, which took me whole nother level as far as the creative stuff I could do. Well, now I'm using Final Cut Pro. This is software. It used to be like over $2,000 when it came out. Now it's like $300 at the App Store. But I can move the text around however I want. Like on that drone footage in the last video, I actually did a little color grading and I made it kind of match the colors of the Alice in Wonderland movie, the one with Johnny Depp. But I got like a Game of Thrones thing, all kinds of really. I ain't even figured everything out with Final Cut because it's a lot. I mean, a whole lot. But for season three, every video with the exception of the live videos has been edited on Final Cut Pro, which I had the idea of doing one every day, forcing myself to learn it and everything. But I think I'd be better if I took this pressure off of, oh my God, I got to get a video up. Midnight's approaching, and I just put them up when they're ready. Which I do want them to be a little shorter than they have been. Um, but any ideas on things you guys would like to see on season three, such as, do you guys like it when somebody else is in the video? Like when Kevin was in the other day, and I don't know, there's been a few of them recently where I don't know if I run into any kind of friends or some of you guys, if we run into each other's at truck stops or something like that, would like to get into the vlog, say hey, give shout outs. There was that Papa Joe and Jim get her done thing. Do you guys like stuff like that? Let me know in the comments. Um, and things you don't like. Now, I know, like for the several, I got it completely away from saying be safe out there and keep on trucking, and started replacing it with, the ending screen playing that Tim McGraw song, Keep On Trucking. You guys like that? I do. I do. So I probably keep doing it, but I'd be curious to know what you guys think. So let's see. Where will you put all your stuff when you get your teammate? That's a good question. I'm going through and figured out now, but and I got to end this call so I mean live stream so I can finish doing that. But I'm planning on taking all the stuff I don't use, which is a significant amount, like that comforter and that blanket and that extra little screen thing. I don't use those, so I could probably take them out. So I'm gonna downsize, but my new partner, which I'm gonna talk more about him in just a sec, he says he's traveling light. He's gonna bring a couple of bags. He's easy to deal with. I'll tell you more about him in a minute, but he don't really need to bring GPSs and atlases and all that kind of stuff because I've already got cooking stuff. So, he's coming along for the ride, and our intention is we're going to run hard, have fun, make money, make videos, get to know each other better. Hopefully, all of both of us will lose some weight between now and Christmas is the plan. And then I don't know. We'll figure out what comes after Christmas as time goes on. Uh, Thomas Heiser says, "Keep on trucking" is a yes. Keep mixing it up. Do the meets with other people. Yeah, I like doing that too. I'm looking forward to. I hadn't even told you guys his name yet. The Zello people know though. Having a meet. I mean, I know it's not Boone. I know it's not Boone, but I think it's going to be about the next best thing. I like the new outro song, but if you want to keep saying "keep on trucking" too at the end, that's kind of your thing. Stick to it. Yeah, I agree. The last few has kind of migrated to that. All right. Are you ready for the grand reveal of my new partner? Let's see. I got 30 likes. There's 43 people watching. With at least 7 of you that haven't hit the thumbs up, smash it real quick, and then I'm going to reveal my new partner and how this came about. His name is Elvis. No, I'm just kidding. It's not Elvis. His name's David, but he kind of looks like Elvis, and he can really sing an Elvis song. But somehow, some way, who would have thunk it? Way back when I was on Trainer Bill's truck, filming with an iPhone, holding it the wrong way, like holding it in portrait mode instead of landscape mode, making my videos. David came across my videos and started watching. And for some reason, he kept watching and commenting and everything. And then, time went on and I started kind of, I don't know, noticing this guy because, he commented regularly. And, I generally try to comment back. I mean, for you guys that comment, you probably know what I'm talking about. And David is a 14-year veteran of Swift. That's right. Y'all gonna have plenty of opportunities to make fun of him. But he was an excellent Swift driver. He's made over $100,000 a year driving for Swift. He was a trainer for Swift. Now he's had his CDL since 1995, but also after I think David's music career started while he was in the military, and I believe it was the Navy that David was in. If I'm wrong on the Navy thing, throw it in the comments, David. Musician, he was in several bands, and also he can tell you the story. Actually, I think he did tell the story. This may have, I don't know if it was, yeah, earlier this year, he was featured in a Red Viking trucker video. Um, Something to extent of a 14-year Swift veteran. Now I didn't watch most of the interviews on the RVT channel. I mean, I've listened to a few. This one I listened to from start to finish. I was a moderator on it. I thoroughly enjoyed it because David is a funny, cool guy, but he's going to be teaming up with me. He's been doing the Target thing like up in Ohio, but um, and it's not. Isn't that crazy? Guys like leaving Swift after 14 years to come team drive with me. But there's multiple reasons on that. Biggest reason is David's daughter is coming into her senior year, and he wants to be able to spend, more time with her. Like every other weekend, attend, some of her senior year activities, which I totally respect that. And I'm sure I'm going to learn some things from David too. I cannot wait to get drone footage of my truck moving, cause I can't back up a truck and fly a drone and set a camera up over here at the same time. But if I have a partner that's enthusiastic and passionate about putting out cool content, such as myself, I think we can do some pretty awesome stuff. So go ahead and get excited, people. Um, I think when we're going to start out is fr- Friday sometime. Hey, but David, possibly we might be able to leave like Thursday night or something. I'll call up and talk to Jim Gibson, and you can too, because you don't need to get assigned a truck, and you don't need to get assigned a trainer. And I mean, it's been like 2 years since I've been at orientation, but I don't think Friday's much of shit. You need to get your ID badge, you need to get a fuel card, Get some EFS checks too. Those things for lumpers. I'm kind of low on them, but they'll give you a pack of those, and maybe we can leave out Thursday night or Friday morning. But that's what I'm thinking because Misty's working Thursday night too, and I don't really want to stay at her place with her night there. I mean, I can, but if I can, hit the road, I will. And I don't know exactly how our whole rhythm thing is going to be, but here's my goal: 7,000 miles a week to work 14 days straight without doing a reset and make $2,000 a week. And then after 14 days, take 3 days off, repeat. That's going in. That's what the goal is. GMP, they're kind of weird compared to like some of the other trucking companies. Um, they don't really like drivers running on recaps because they just like to run the shit out of us and want to have a full clock for the planning that they do. But regional guys do have some short loads. But anyway, we're gonna see how we can make this whole Texas thing work. We'll have to have a short day in there somewhere. But what I'm thinking is about 10-hour shifts switch. And I think it can be a little more relaxing and stop and smell the roses than I've been. Like I had to off duty drive to Southeastern, do my pre trip there, hook up to this, and roll, take my break at a rest stop, and roll. I pull in here with like 5 minutes left, and I'm in Hammond. That's like the halfway point. So when I do get started, I gotta drive 65 miles an hour, hammer down, hoping and praying, it's after rush hour when I go through Atlanta, which it will be, and I don't have any kind of major traffic delays because I'll make it to this place and I wish I could just drop the trailer, get unloaded, and I'll be out of time more than likely and have to off duty drive back to the terminal. But hey, that's kind of what off duty driving's for, right? I mean, it's a tight thing from Laredo to like the Greer area in a 65 mile an hour truck. However, I will be asking. I'm thinking maybe every 2 weeks I'll call safety department and ask if they'll bump my truck up to like 70 miles an hour on the cruise. They haven't said yes yet, but I do come from a sales background and I will persist until I succeed. Anybody know what scroll that's from? So hit me up in the comments. Also, I had mentioned David is a musician. He has an album. He has multiple albums, but he has one I've got on my phone, David D Band. You can find it on Spotify. You can find it on iTunes. You'll be hearing more about it here on the channel. He's got an Amazing Grace song that's just freaking beautiful. It's a really really good version of the song. In the Ghetto, he's got a good version of that, but he's also got some original songs. My personal now the Princess song that's pretty, David, but I like the Message song better. And I want to make a music video of this song called the Message song, and it's about. It doesn't say truck driver, but that's the vibe I feel from it because I know David wrote it. But this guy that's out on the road and he got this, voicemail on his phone from his woman tell him to get his ass home. She's tired of leaving messages on his telephone. And it's a cool song. And I've got a little visual in my mind. Before it's all said and done, we're going to make a really cool music video of that. And see, what's easier about making a music video for David, there's a studio audio track. What was hard about like trying to do one for Moped, it's just these live performances and it doesn't sound crisp enough to, make an actual music video out of it. But also, when David gets on the truck, he'll tell you more about whammies, whammies, whammies. This is his thing. He's gonna say whammies to you a lot. That's his thing. But it's Elvis wasn't Elvis covered it. I think Elvis bought the rights to the song. He wasn't the original artist for it, but it's called "Walk a Mile in My Shoes." I love the song. There's gonna be a music video on that. And okay, that's almost all I've got. I'm gonna check your comments real quick though. All right. Looks like everybody is excited to meet you, David. Hey, I actually met you in Columbia Terminal while you had that student who didn't come back. I actually work. Okay, all right, good deal, Kim Tay. I'm excited about meeting him. You guys will get along well. We are going to get along well. And the crazy thing is, Dave and I, we've never met eyeball to eyeball. But I probably talked to him 100 times on the phone, and we FaceTime a fair amount when we do talk. But he's on here right now. Um, like David Daltrey Whammis. I don't know. It's on. Where is it? David D. Ban Whammis. That's what it is. He is a moderator here on there. Like if you start talking negative shit to me, he can boot you out and mute you because he has a wrench. I could go without smash the like button. It's too RVT. I don't know why it bothers me, but it does. Well, how about place your finger gently upon the thumbs up button to increase the number of thumbs up for this creator? Thank you. It's all good, Jim. Hey, Trucker Jim, how are you doing? Congrats on your new adventure. Getting ready to see Mission Impossible Fallout. Your recommendation at the Danbury Theater. You're gonna like it. It's pretty good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Hoorah, Navy. Starts at 1 p.m. I tell you, another one is at Incredibles. If you can walk in there and catch the tail end of Incredibles, it's really good. Misty and I may go see that. Are you going to purchase Kenny Wayne, or are you thinking of a newer semi? That brings me to my last point on my little notepad list, the whole buying a truck experience. Uh, Buying Kenny Wayne would be the easiest because guess how much money I'd have to put down? Nothing. And I would like to have a $15,000 emergency fund and a truck. That would be ideal, right? But it's got to reach a certain level of depreciation before GMP would do it. And I just got over 450,000 miles on this. I know we've got a truck with 650,000 miles, but we are going to be cranking out some miles on this truck, teaming. But I don't know. There's a couple little I hadn't talked about this, but I've been having some kind of weird transmission thing go. I got to write a list for the shop. But I'd be going down the road and I'd be noticing I would be doing 55 instead of 65 with my foot buried to the floor, and I would get, I guess, a fault code. Like I have a little circle that has most of the time 10 in it because this is a 10-speed transmission, but I'll start out in like second or third and it works its way up to 10. But it would have an F as in Frank or fun in there. And it wouldn't go away until I would get pulled over, cut the truck off, let it sit for a minute, and then it would go back to normal. And also over on my gear changer or shifter, there'd be a little red part that would light up that says service. So there's something a little funny going on with the transmission. And well, I want that fixed, but if I buy this. And also this APU's been a little finicky. It's always, and which makes my food go bad when I'm away from the truck for a couple of days. It's on now, but it happens frequently. I would want that fixed. And I got my two scratches up front that happen like in a week of each other. That's insane. They ain't gonna fix that. Maybe I can just get me some touch-up paint from Kenworth dealership or something like that. But I mean, I don't know yet, Ken. Now I'm planning on going and seeing Chris at a dealership in Spartanburg, looking at some used trucks. And the whole thing of buying a new truck as my first truck I buy, I just don't think that's. I think it's risky. I mean, there are advantages. I've seen Trucker Brown's video, which every damn thing under the sun that can go wrong seems like it has for him, and I think he's blown about 18 tires, and I think $300 is cheap for a tire. I think Super Singles get up to like 800 bucks, and you know, and I see Facebook posts of guys at home where the truck broke down and just going deeper and deeper into the hole, and that makes me a little nervous. So I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. But I figure let me put myself in a position so I can buy a truck first. Because right now, I can't go to a dealership and buy a truck. I got like 5 grand put back. That ain't enough. I need 15 grand. And that's what this next little bit of period is going to accomplish. And then my credit scores in the, kind of the lower end of the 600s. And the reason is, I mean, my mortgage and, I've paid off cars and credit, all that stuff's good. It's these medical bills. It's from like 2014 that I didn't pay. And I'm thinking the best thing to do, well, I'll tell what I did after it's done, but I need to get my score up 650 minimum, and then I'm gonna be in a good position if I want to buy a truck to get a good interest rate and all that, and instead of just bending over for them. So to be continued on the truck buying experience, but I don't know. I done got where I feel pretty freaking comfortable talking to you guys, and I'll just share the honest experience of it all. And then, sometimes I don't like certain comments I get when people call me out on the shit I eat, but then as I read it and contemplate and think about it, maybe research, I'll learn things and get better because many of you. So if you guys had a thumbs up button, I would push it. Any last things before I end this? Because I got to do a little more straightening up in here, make some keto coffee, and then drive 650 miles. But I do appreciate all of you tuning in, which there ain't many of you. There's only like 37 in here. But also all you guys on the replay for watching this. I appreciate it. But throw your comments in. I do look over the comments of these videos periodically throughout the day, and I try to reply back to the majority of them. I know I don't always, but if I don't, I do apologize. Okay, boy, Ken Justice is making some comments. Are you gonna okay? Need a lot of money to buy a truck and money in the bank, so think about it. Yep, that's why I'm putting money in the bank right now. Now I ain't deciding I'm gonna get it, but I can't without stacking some cash. So right now, stacking cash. And I figured it'll be good content too. And the reason, like that, I say smash it with your elbow, or hit a thumbs up, leave comments, share. That helps this channel grow, and it makes it show up like in like other people's related searches and things, and makes this channel grow. And you know, like I haven't really hadn't hit any of my YouTube analytical goals. The only goals I've been able to really achieve is the ones I control as far as the content I make. And that's really all I can control as far as this. And I don't do that Instagram. Like I'll share the shit on Facebook, and that's about the end of it. I ain't tweeting Instagram and Snapchatting. I mean, if somebody wants to like volunteer to be a social media manager to handle all that for me, we can talk. I don't want to do it. I don't. I like making videos, and that's about it. And doing some live streams. I don't really want to do all that other stuff. It would be beneficial for this, but I'm not interested. I could change my mind tomorrow. I could change my mind 5 minutes from now, and that'll be okay. But in my current state and previous state, it's just not something I want to do. I mean, I feel stressed and don't have enough time to spend with the people I love and care about enough as it is. Like, my young kids, Chase, my mom, Boone, Misty, kayaking, working out, hell, going to see cool movies. And, there's a lot of interest I have outside of driving a truck and making videos. But those are two things that I do love very well, and they take up the majority of my time. Hey, Steven, I was an owner operator 98 through 2001. I will never do it again. Too many things can go wrong. I understand, Wolf. Be safe, Trucker Jim. I share it and thumbs up. You always do that, Ken. You are very supportive. Movie, my friend. All right, I think you're gonna like the movie. But guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. Appreciate each and every one of you. But I will see you next time. I don't know if it'll be tomorrow. It may not. But David and I should be on the road and rolling no later than sometime Friday, and you guys will meet him then. We'll probably do a I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna do a live one to start off or do an edited one I'll put together. I'm kind of leaning towards